Now, I used to hear these type of stories talked about Church's chicken, right? I used to hear that about Church's, not Popeyes. Now, as of late, you're starting to hear crazy things come out about Popeyes slowly, and then now more so, more and more and more. But it wasn't like that before, so I don't know what's happening and what's shifting right now, but it's getting crazy out here, right? But we're gonna get to it. You know how this goes. Question everything. You should. And remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's get to it.
Look, if you out there eating Popeye's chicken, this should make you stop eating that right now, because I've been seeing too many of these pictures, too many of these videos, too many of these lawsuits against this fast food joint brand, franchise, whatever you want to call them. I call them a cult because what is that? What is that? Why is they frying hands? What kind of hand is that? You tell me what kind of hand that looks like. You tell me. Come on, bro. This gotta stop. This gotta stop, and y'all gotta stop eating it, because that's definitely not no goddamn chicken. It's definitely not no chicken. I don't know what that is. Look, if you out there.
That looked like a crime scene. It looked like somebody was trying to hide evidence. And it could have possibly got mistakenly put into a box to go out as somebody's order. That definitely, I counted the fingers. It was 5 fingers. That's a hand. That's a hand.
Man, I was today years old when I found this out about Subway. I used to eat their heavy back in the day, but I really don't mess with it too much anymore. But for those who do, luckily they have changed some things around on the menu and the ingredients that they are using. Because look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I don't even know how to say that long word. I'm not even going to try. But look at what it is made out of. First of all, the chemical used to make yoga mats and shoe rubber. Banned all over the globe, except for here. Wonder why. Linked to respiratory issues, allergies, and asthma. And we think, like they said, that we are out here, Subway, eat fresh. We eating fresh, all right. We eating real fresh. Check out this video. I'm glad we are starting to realize what is really going on out here. I really am.
Tonight, sandwich giant Subway makes a major announcement.
A dough conditioner, an ingredient that's also found in yoga mats and other plastic products, is being removed from their bread.
It's found in both shoe rubber and yoga mats, and soon it will be missing from the bread on your Subway sandwich.
Zolidicarbonamide, isatocaramine.
Azodicarbonamide. According to the Food and Drug Administration, this 16-letter additive is commonly used as a dough conditioner in bread baking around the U.S.
Normally I don't read what's in ingredients. I just kind of trust and know what's in it.
When it comes to eating fast and fresh,
That's the way it's supposed to be. We should be able to have that type of trust in our government, in our food industry. We should be able to have that blind trust, but we can't have that anymore, bro. No more, no longer.
Subway is a leader in the industry, but recent pressure from consumers for a fresher, more wholesome product has Subway making changes to its recipe.
The measles outbreak in West Texas has doubled this week to at least 48 confirmed cases. Health officials say most of the cases are in school-aged children. All have either not been vaccinated against measles or their vaccination status is unknown. 13 patients have been treated in hospitals.
What are these chips called? Tell me right now. What are these chips called? I'll give you a second to think. What are they called? Okay. Dynamitas? No, these were always dynamites. These were always dynamites. Is this like the newest Mandela effect? 2024 Mandela effect. These were dynamites. They were never dynamitas. Like, seriously, comment down below and tell me what you remember, because these dynamites, I have been a fan of them for so long. These were dynamites, not just comment and let me know. What are these chips?
Yeah, I never ate them before, but I saw them. I saw them all the time. That would have had to been a question for my son. I think at one point in time he might have tried these or ate these or something like that, because they look similar, like Takis and all of that type of stuff like that too. So I'm a regular nacho cheese Dorito type dude or Cool Ranch Dorito. I stick with those two. Even though I haven't eaten them in a long time, those are my go-tos.
There's one thing you didn't know about demons. You see, many people are afraid of demonic spirits. But did you know demons are terrified of hell? You see, many people think hell is a party. Many people think hell will be fun. But demons have a very different view about hell. They know it's a place of torture. Just before Jesus cast demons out of a man, Matthew 8:29 says they screamed at him, "Why are you interfering with the Son of God? Have you come here to torture us before God's appointed time?" There happened to be a large herd of pigs feeding in the distance, so the demons begged, "If you cast us out, send us into that herd of pigs." Demons know the truth about hell, and the devil deceived many people into thinking that it's a place of fun. But Jesus came to show us that through his death on the cross, that we have power over demonic spirits. Demons know their time is short. Jesus is soon to return. Comment below, I've got the power in Christ. Like, follow, subscribe for more.
Hey, do you find that one same?
Different. I got that at Myers, Mrs. Walmart.
Ew, yeah, it's sticky right there. It makes me want to throw up.
Did you know white onions are transparent underwater? Fun trick to show your kids.
Whoever be drinking this, this is what this look like after it pops and it been sitting for a little while. Ain't even been sitting that long. Look at that nasty. That's gross.
No, it's from the drink itself. It's the drink. It's not a mouse. Ew, it's so gross.
I mean, is fish supposed to do that? I honestly thought only hamburger meat did that. Fish not supposed to do that. I don't know if I want to eat this anymore.
That whole video just made me sick, man. Like my stomach don't feel right at all right now after watching that. And this is what we putting, and I say we putting this stuff in our bodies, man. Imagine what's going on in our insides right now. Why we're always sick. Why are we always sick? Not feeling well, face breaking out. All these reactions. It's these chemicals and different things, man. That stuff made me sick to my stomach seeing that.
One of the things that feels the most eerie is just seeing people who many of them have the tattoos. Many of them don't have visible tattoos, at least from what we gather. Perhaps ripped off their sense of individuality, of any, besides the tattoo, anything that really distinguishes them. Of course, in any prison, that's the case. People have, they have uniforms. Here, their heads are shaved. They are all just standing still and staring, and it's paralyzing to wonder what they're thinking about and to wonder what their lives are like and what really happened for them to be here. One of the things that...
Bro, it looks like they're under some type of hypnosis. Like any prison you've ever seen, right? And I always go back to 60 Days In or something similar to that. There's always noise, constant banging all night, somebody acting crazy, won't shut up, just going in out of their mind, kicking the doors and all of that type of stuff. Like the silence coming from this place is so scary and eerie. Like they gotta be, I don't know what's going on, but it's making me curious as to if they're on something or under some type of hypnosis. What are they just sitting and staring like that?
Welcome back to another episode of Things Are Different in This Universe. We're only a few days into 2025 and we already got a new Mandela effect. Another Looney Tunes Mandela effect. And I'm on the side of tunes like cartoons and not tunes like music tunes. So y'all are familiar with Yosemite Sam, right? One thing about him is he was always wanting that smoke. All right, he's the type of person that'll blast first and ask questions later. Now, if I ask you to quote one of his catchphrases, some of y'all are gonna say, "What in tarnation?" But what if I said, Yosemite Sam never says, "What in tarnation?" So similar to the I Love Lucy show, where Ricky apparently never says, "Lucy, you got some splaining to do," Yosemite Sam never says, "What in tarnation?" Which is interesting because here's an article about the catchphrase. And here's a screenshot I did where you can see that this company has made clothing with that catchphrase. So what do you think? Do you remember Yosemite Sam saying "What in tarnation?" Or is this just another case of widespread false memories? Let me know in the comments. So this is...
I'm going through my brain right now. I can't find it. It's there. It's in there. It's a lot of stuff in there. But it's in there. I can't find it. What he would say. And I've watched him plenty of times. Yeah. What did he say? I'm gonna have to, but I can't go back and try to find it now because they probably changed it.
When Elias Brotberger goes to work, he doesn't need ID. And he doesn't need money. In fact, much of what he needs to get through the day is hidden right there, just below the surface, in his hand.
You like to touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, weird. Yeah, it's like a grain of rice.
Yeah, a grain of rice.
Embedded in his hand is a microchip that serves as his keys, his ID, and his wallet.
Yeah, it's all on chip, so I use it like to get around the building.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks. Exactly. So I can't open it?
No.
Okay.
So what I need to do is I need to first blip my chip, and it will log me in, and from there I get access to the fridge.
Popular TV shows like Black Mirror have imagined chips as part of a dystopian future.
Install ingrain procedure with local anesthetic and you're good to go.
In Sweden, the microchips are already here.
The microchip implants use the same technology that's in contactless credit cards,
which have made cash pretty much obsolete in Sweden.
No cash.
At this tech fair, a chipping event for those on the cutting edge, merging their hands with this new technology.
I thought it would be fun, right?
The process is simple and swift. A pinch of the skin, and in a matter of seconds, the chip is inserted. The transformation is complete. As for the pain,
I barely felt it.
But even in this nation of early adopters, not everyone is racing to get chipped.
Feel less human. I will feel like a robot. I mean, it's so much more data can go into this, when it's in your body.
There's no central registry tracking how many people are chipped, but biohacker Hannes Wellblood estimates between 5 and 10,000.
In the future, do you think everyone is going to be chipped?
I think it'll be voluntary, but I am certainly convinced that millions of people will find it very, very valuable to have a smart device under their skin.
Human microchipping may be our future, but in Sweden, it's already reality. Sarah Harmon, NBC News, Stockholm.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out.
Man, listen, I just showed y'all a few videos back about thieves purchasing Wi-Fi jammers to get inside people's houses. If you think they're doing that, imagine what happens when you get this chip put inside you. Now, you're going to have to make a decision because I do believe they're coming. And they're coming for everybody and going to either try to force you to get one. And if they don't, they're going to outcast you is what I believe. So everybody needs to start wrapping it in their mind which side of the fence they're going to be on, which side of the road they're going to be on. Are you going to be the outcast and have to go out and not be allowed in this technological city, country? Or, you're going to get the chip and be allowed in. Start deciding now and preparing now because I believe they're coming with this. This is going to be the thing. But the scary part is the hackers. And will they be able to tap into that thing and then shut your body down or control you? And I could talk about this all night.
Cool. Scientists at the Pentagon are developing a microchip that can detect viruses.
Well, there you have it, folks. What else can that microchip detect? Can it detect your whereabouts? Can it detect anything. It's gonna track it. I'm not a very big conspiracy theorist, but I'll be God if I let them put a microchip in me for the purpose of detecting disease. You know how I detect disease? If I feel sick. I don't need no microchip. I don't need none of that.
Yeah. See, they're already telling us or giving us reasonings they're going to use to try to get us to put one in us. Hey, it can detect early signs of diseases. You know they're going to use the big ones, the cancers, all that type of stuff like that. We can detect the onset and get rid of it before it even spreads. That's a strong selling point. I'm not going to lie to you. So I said you have to prepare yourself now and decide now. Are you going to get one or not get one?
All right, guys, this is just a conspiracy, but hear me out. What if, because time is not real, time is literally just an illusion, it's all made up by man, so what if there's not 12 months in a year, right? Because when you look at the month October, Oct means 8, Nov means 9, December means 10, Des means 10. So why is there 12 months in a year? And then spring is like the beginning of the year, but it's not. We start the year in the middle of depressing winter. So what if they just told us this whole time that there's 12 months in a year to make us think that we're getting older, and then when we think, therefore we are, so we're getting older because we believe we're getting older, and then it progresses us to getting more ill, older. This is just a conspiracy, but like when you think about it, because time isn't real, we really are just going along what everyone else is doing, and we really have no idea. So we could be, I'm 22, I could be 17 right now for all I know, you know? Who knows?
It's red now. It's red. If you can hear me, can you do something? Whoa, I just seen something out of my peripheral. Huh. Hey there. Look at it. Look at it. Hey, I'm waving to it. Yeah, I got you. I'll wave at it. I mean, this thing... Dude. I don't know, man. Look, could you guys see that? I know you guys saw that. Yes. That was dope. That was dope. I know you guys saw that. I told you guys. I'm catching the coolest on video, guys. Like, I'm gonna post that, and it's not even gonna go viral. Nobody's probably even gonna see it. Nobody's probably even gonna see it, guys. Because TikTok is shadow banning me. Look what it's doing. Look at this. Did you guys see that? That was sick. What was that? That's as far as it zooms in, guys. I can't get it to zoom in anymore. And it's doing that. Look what it's doing, guys. Look what it's doing. I can't get it to focus on it. But look, it's changing sizes, guys. Look. Right here on camera. Sweet. Can you change colors, too? Can you change colors, please? Look at it. Almost it looks like it's getting farther away now, guys. No? Look, it's getting smaller. Come back, come back, come back. Look, something's flashing up there around it, guys. Something's flashing up there around that. I've been looking at this for weeks, if not months, wondering what the f is it, what it is, thinking that it's a star. Look, guys. I can go right out my bedroom window and watch this thing, dude. I look at this all the time, and I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. I overlook this a lot, but lately, the last few days, last week or so, I've really been paying attention to this. And it's absolutely important, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. It's not, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't, because you guys saw what happened, right? I'm gonna have to post that. It's gonna be a grainy video because I'm all zoomed in. Look at this. It's almost pink now. Hey there. This is sick, guys. Like I've had, okay, so imagine this. I've had these, like this happened. Look, right here in the sky, a light that bright, a light just like that. a light that bright. This one's almost posted up, just chilling all the time, regularly, every day. I had one pull up earlier when I was with somebody standing right here in the front yard, right there. Just show up right there in the sky, bright, like that, just like this one. And then another thing came straight from the sky like this. I posted on my page. It's right there, but it's not on FYP. TikTok took it off FYP. Says that it's a low quality video. It's a good video. It's tripping. They're lying. This comes straight out of the sky, like this, like this, while I'm recording this orb, and then, excuse me, and then it sits there like it looks like it's one of those things leaving a chemtrail, but it's not. It's more like a disc. When you change your perspective, it looks like a disc, and it's just floating there in the sky, guys. It's just floating there in the sky like this, and then it starts to get farther away like this. Like, it's not coming down or going sideways or moving across the sky. It's leaving me, dude, like this, and it gets smaller. I got it all on video, dude. I got it all on video. And the coolest, I didn't get on video because I was experiencing it with the person I was with, and so I didn't record that part. But like, dude, look at this massive, look at this.
This was the first part of the experiment when I went to put some things away in my daughter's room, and I noticed there was a whole bunch of guys peeping at the corner of her bedroom. So I covered up the infrared light on my camera, and then I exposed it, and I saw one guy start moving. There was a bunch of them camping out in the corner. See this guy flickering? And you're going to see it get real light. I have this sped up, so it's not quite so long. I see another guy peeping. And after I remove my finger from the infrared, you can see where it brightens up. All of a sudden you see this guy moving. And it lights up where you could see there's other guys, whatever those are, I don't know, markers or whatever, and he moves right above the room. There's 2 dots that I circled, and I was checking. One of those I checked the next day. One of those is schmutz, but the other one is not. This was the first.
Listen, I would not let my daughter sleep in that room. Not that much activity from the sky, right near the window, like facing the window like that. No way. No way. Second, put some curtains up. Why you got your daughter's room that exposed? Like, no way. No way would she be in there by herself. Nope.
News, and Ukraine says a Russian attack has significantly damaged the radiation shelter over the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. These are the pictures which have been released, and they show what President Zelensky says was a drone striking the shelter. He says it caused a fire which has since been extinguished. Mr. Zelensky says radiation levels have not increased, but that they're constantly being monitored. Chernobyl was the site of the world's worst civil nuclear disaster. One of its 4 reactors exploded in 1986, killing around 30 people immediately and dozens more since. Thousands are feared to have been exposed to high levels of radiation. The shelter, known as a sarcophagus, contains the lingering radiation. Well, all of this comes as President Trump has opened a diplomatic chasm with his Western allies by discussing a peace deal directly with Russia's President Putin. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warned world leaders against trusting the idea that President Putin wants peace. And North America correspondent Merlin Thomas has more.
We missed you. We missed you a lot.
President Trump continues his conversations with world leaders. His latest guest at the White House, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But just a day before meeting his Indian counterpart, it was Mr. Trump's phone call with Russian leader Vladimir Putin that was making headlines. Their talks about ending the war in Ukraine was still very much on reporters' minds at a press conference.
We had a very good conversation with President Putin yesterday, and we also had a very good conversation. I did in both cases, with President Zelensky. And I think we're going to be able to do something. I think we're going to be able to make a deal. And I hope so.
I think this is taking longer than he expected. You know what I mean? When he was doing the campaign, he was like, day one, I could have this thing wrapped up and over with. Day one. Yeah, it's taking longer than he thought.
Because it's a horrible war.
The president yesterday insisted that the Russian leader wants peace. But Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he's warned world leaders against trusting Putin's claims of readiness to end the war.
I know him very well. Yeah, I think he wants peace. I think he would tell me if he didn't.
But even Mr. Trump admits that it might not be all that simple, adding that it wasn't practical for Ukraine to join NATO and it was unlikely it could return to its pre-2014 borders. But President Zelensky has said his country couldn't accept any agreements made without them.
We have already had 3 conversations with President Trump, so I don't really accept this call, that it was a priority for him to talk to Russia first. It's not very pleasant in any case. You know how Ukrainian society, how all of us, and Europeans react. It is first and foremost about Ukraine, and nothing can be done about Ukraine without Ukraine.
As Ukraine nears its 3rd year of conflict, those living with its consequences are eager for an end. Negotiations.
His 3rd year. I had no clue. And I go back to the very first day when this kicked off and thinking, oh, hopefully this is over. You'd have told me 3 years back then, I'd have been like, man, you crazy. This still be going on? But here we are.
Negotiations could start today, with Mr. Trump suggesting that Russian representatives will meet in Munich, which is hosting a security conference. Merlin Thomas, BBC News, Washington.
We can go live now to Kyiv and join our Ukraine correspondent, James Waterhouse. James, we'll get to the diplomacy in a moment, but I just wondered if you could bring us up to date on what more we know about that drone strike on Chernobyl.
Well, we could see a small hole in the sarcophagus shelter above the what were the reactors of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant after another night of bruising Russian drone strikes. Now, the damage seems to be on the outer metal casing. There is a thicker concrete one underneath that. So fortunately, it seems like radiation levels are what are described as normal. But this is an area that's become, well, before the full-scale invasion, it was a popular tourist spot. And there is still an exclusion zone in place around. It's around an hour north of where I am in Kyiv, and it reminds me of when the invading Russian forces moved south in 2022. They arrived at the power plant at Chernobyl and started digging trenches, disturbing a load of radioactive soil. So it's not the first time the site has been in the headlines in this full-scale war. But thankfully, it seems that the situation is under control. But this is a byproduct of almost nightly Russian drone and missile attacks.
Indeed, and you say, the latest there on the war that carries on, but of course there's a new agenda now to try and end Russia's invasion of Ukraine. We heard in that report there that Mr. Zelensky saying, well, nothing can be done about Ukraine without Ukraine. He is going to be meeting J.D. Vance, the US Vice President, later today. But so far, James, would you say that there is a feeling that Ukraine's been a bit shut out of these ongoing plans that have been coming out from the White House?
It certainly looks like that, doesn't it? I mean, we had this extraordinary, these extraordinary statements this week on what Washington believes can come out of this war, in that Russia won't be going anywhere and that it won't be overseeing any long-term foreign troop presence inside Ukraine. I mean, while unsurprising, to hear America say that for Ukraine would have been a body blow. Then you have an apparent warm phone call between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin first, before Kyiv, and that matters when you're thinking about optics and how you want to present yourself. And I think when you're seeing this, not quite a charm offensive, but this certainly it's a warming of language from Washington towards Russia, where Donald Trump is even talking about Russian sacrifice in the full-scale invasion it's waged against Ukraine. It's high-stakes stuff for President Zelensky at the Munich Security Conference. He's meeting with the US Vice President J.D. Vance. Now we understand where he will be asserting his interests, but crucially so will Mr. Vance. He will be laying out his vision for American contributions on the the global stage in the future. There were rumours, well, Donald Trump even suggested that there could be three-way talks between the US, Russia and Ukraine. President Zelensky's team has said, we're not expecting that. I don't think the organisers in Munich are either, but who knows? It's another Donald Trump curveball for Ukraine, and we'll wait to see what guarantees will come out of today and tomorrow when President Zelensky will give a speech. But at the moment, he's not starting with very much.